Yeah.
So yeah, let's jump into the two big news. We can flip a coin on what we think is bigger or not, but we'll go with, because I think what I have as number 2 on here is actually bigger than the first one, because the first one we've known about for quite some time, that Disney was going to buy
we'll
Fox
talk about
Studios.
this first. Yeah, we'll talk about this first. Because
So the big part about it is
inevitable.
that March 20th was the day where like we finally own Fox Studios. So of course everyone's wanting to know what's going on with a lot of the movie franchises, not just the Marvel characters. Like everyone's the big twos, Predator and Alien. What's going to happen to them?
Yeah.
I've read that they still plan on using the Fox Studio names for those movies, which I think we discussed that makes more sense for them to do that, so that way they don't have to water down characters for their Disney's general audience.
Not that they haven't tried watering down Alien or Predator before with AVP. But yeah, no, if they're gonna keep making those movies, they should be R-rated, and they should have, and they can't have the Disney castle in front of that. So it makes sense.
Yeah. It's just interesting a little bit that they didn't come up with a different studio by all means.
Yeah.
But because they had Miramax for a long time.
Yeah, and the Weinstein Company now too, right? Which is Miramax essentially.
For a lot of the projects all the projects that were Disney.
Yeah, all the Quentin Tarantino movies are like they're Weinstein Company movies. So I think obviously it was just inevitable, and now we're all excited to see what exactly happens.
Gonna happen.
Good news, bad news.
Yes, because a lot of people are gonna lose their jobs.
Yeah,
and I've already heard that they've already started.
Yeah, didn't they shut down?
They shut down Fox 2000, which I don't think has been around for heard of in a while.
Yeah,
probably
since 2000.
And it's just different articles and things, like people are saying they projected 4,000 to 10,000 job losses.
That's significant.
Yeah, and I guess that was Disney's initial objective when they were gonna own was with how we're gonna save the most money. So that's crazy. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the superhero franchises, the producers for them, like Simon Kinberg and there was someone else. Obviously, are they not going to they don't have to? We don't have to continue their movies anymore, but are they not going to be
around and having input? I hope not.
Sony still has a little bit of input on Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but then again, Disney doesn't own Sony right now.
That's that right now. Oh my god, exactly.
So,
there's been rumors of that too.
I guess when it comes to the superheroes, I guess take this with a grain of salt, because obviously they just bought it, so we won't know anything for a while what happens to a lot of the characters. But the rumor now is only Deadpool is going to be continued. Yeah. Which, if he does, we all saw that coming too.
Yeah, that is the one that makes the most sense.
Because he's not connected to the. Yeah. He just pokes fun at the franchise. He's not connected by any means. You don't need to watch X-Men to know Deadpool.
Even if it's a reboot, even if they reboot Deadpool, they
can
do that. Keep it, they could literally reboot it just within this universe with the actors. But honestly, I don't. If seeing the X-Men appear alongside of the Avengers means we never get Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool again, I'm fine with that. To be completely honest, I mean, I like the first two Deadpool movies.
But sometimes you gotta sacrifice something big for something bigger.
It doesn't, to me, I'd rather...
and then Deadpool, you quit while you're ahead almost kind of thing. Because eventually, he is... That's the type of movie that's gonna... It could almost be The Hangover, where it's when The Hangover came, that comedy came out, it was such a big hit. Yeah. They made 2 sequels, and everyone's like, why? Mm-hmm.
Doesn't need the...
Deadpool can end right now. And
yeah.
That'd be great. Not that'd be great, but no one would, everyone would be happy.
It ended in a way that's left room.
Especially with the after credit scenes where it's like.
Yeah, they go way overboard with the after credit scene, and like I like that, but we don't need anything more.
Right.
Like, we know what's going to continue to happen.
Yeah.
Right. Like, we know the adventures he's gonna go on, and we can just assume that, and we don't necessarily need to see it. Kind of thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
So trying to think of other big names Disney acquired with Fox. I think Avatar's a big one.
Avatar. The Simpsons, I guess.
Yes.
Right. The Simpsons is a huge get for them.
That probably means like
we're gonna see I can guarantee
we're definitely get a sequel to the movie.
But I could see them doing like 3D animated things with that.
Yeah.
Like they'll do like Disney.
It's funny, like I can see them do a lot with The Simpsons.
Yeah.
But I don't see them doing a lot with Family Guy.
No.
Just because, well, in the same vein, the same type of show, but like potential wise, like obviously Simpsons is a bigger name than Family Guy.
Yeah, we'll definitely see like a theatrically released Family Guy movie though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
from this, definitely. Big things like all the Joss Whedon shows, right? Those are all Fox, like Buffy and Firefly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So will they continue?
Because they've been talking about doing. They're doing like a reboot of Buffy.
Yeah.
That's like in the works, like actively. And people are, have been clamoring forever for Firefly, like a sequel to Serenity or something.
Yeah.
So they can do it, I think there's like Joss Whedon's still kind of okay with them. Like, I don't know. So,
what?
They're probably not too happy that he went and did a little bit of Justice League, but
I'm pretty sure they ended like. I know Joss Whedon was pretty burnt out by the end of Avengers 2.
But I think if Disney was like, hey, how about you do a Serenity 2?
He'd be like, here's the script I wrote, and Nathan Fillion's in the waiting room right now. So.
And we know Alan Tudyk will come back somehow.
He just finished recording his role for the younger. So that was it went by pretty quick. Like the purchase of Fox, and like it was last year that was announced that they were buying it, and it just now it's officially here. We're now getting ready for years of rumors when it comes to the MCU, when the characters can get introduced. There's already people talking about the after credit scene of Endgame is going to be a X-Men tease or whatever.
No.
I say put X-Men on the back burner for as long as you can, because obviously they just bought and they still got a movie coming out this year, which we all assume is not going to be good at all financially or critically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think.
And then you also want to put enough time for a Wolverine recast where you don't feel it's like disrespectful to Hugh Jackman.
Mm-hmm. When you do start the X-Men, we don't need to see Wolverine for a while.
No, because he wasn't a big he was part of the X-Men, but it was Cyclops.
It took a while for Wolverine to be introduced. I think he was originally introduced as a villain to the Hulk. He appeared in a couple issues of the Incredible Hulk as a villain, and I think it was when they relaunched it as giant-sized X-Men or something like that with when they brought in like Colossus and Nightcrawler and Wolverine was part of that team during that, and Storm, I think. So we can see a few incarnations of
they don't have there's a lot of options they can go for. So I would like them to do the actual First Class.
Yeah. You got your beasts,
your snowman looking Iceman.
Could you imagine? Oh, that'd be great. And you wore boots. You wore boots with the beats.
So it'll be nice, and I would prefer it to be modern day, so we don't have to do these decade jumps where everyone looks the same. When it comes to the characters, I want to do Fantastic Four as quick as they I prefer them to fast track that over anything, just because storyline wise there's so much more.
Yeah.
And you can introduce the Phase 4 villain that is Galactus,
Yeah.
which everyone already assumes is now.
Yeah. And then, Doctor Doom can be the villain of everyone.
He could almost
end up
be
being...
the Loki of continuing.
Yeah.
Because Loki was, in so many movies, and it was like one of the main threads of Phase 1, 2, 3, which apparently is now called the Infinity Saga. So I just have to
checks out.
Yeah. So it'd be great, Doctor Doom. It'd be great to see so well done, or just also good.
Yeah.
Just good. Fantastic Four.
Yeah, he could carry a couple phases. Doctor Doom could definitely carry a couple phases of just being this super powerful, and he doesn't have to be just in the Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah.
And you can do Fantastic Four movies without Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to break it to you, but this could happen. There are other Fantastic Four villains, quite a bit of them. So you don't have to keep, putting Doctor Doom in there. Like, you can tease him, and he can end up being, like do the storyline of Ultimate Alliance on the big screen.
Yeah.
He's the...
Hollywood, are you listening?
Yeah, we have some ideas. So, and then Galactus. Yeah, that's definitely the obvious
choice. There's also like Annihilus and Kang the Conqueror that can go.
Mm-hmm.
I think
again.
I mean,
I
think Kang the Conqueror could almost be too close to a Thanos type. Just because.
Yeah, but in a way, like, it's a lot more time traveling.
Yeah. So
that, I think, could separate him a lot, and he's also not he's not always super imposing. Actually, like, he's just this really smart and cunning and strategical character. So he's not gonna be besting the Hulk, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's
it's just, I don't know, like, if Endgame's all about time travel, do we want to, like, obviously fail, like the next Thanos of the clearly isn't gonna be in a movie. Could be another 10, 12 movies before we can see the next big thing. So we'll wait and see. We'll see what happens. What I think is the biggest news since the last episode is Mr. James Gunn, who was famously fired from Disney and who was known for directing the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, was fired, and now he is rehired. So, yay.
Definitely.
Shouldn't have been fired, in my opinion, at least. I don't know if you.
Here's what I have to say about that. Was it all a ploy? Was it all a ploy? Like, honestly, do you think that maybe they just said, "Hey, Jimmy Gunn,
okay. So we have to, like, publicly fire you because people aren't happy right now, but we're just gonna wait it out." And
you apologize when we fire you, and then we'll go back and forth, and we'll let people. Even Dave Bautista saying the things that he said. At first, when I had that thought, like, oh, he always had this job. Then I thought, oh no, like, Dave Bautista almost lost his job over this too, even that, maybe that's all staged too. Maybe he's like, hey, like,
or maybe he was just like, maybe
actively defend,
or just Gunn. Maybe even at the point of maybe he wasn't in the loop and he was just told that James was fired, so he said that because being like James Gunn's the reason why he's such a big name in Hollywood right now.
Yeah.
And then maybe Disney was like, hey, you just said you want to walk out, like, you're ready to leave this franchise.
Don't worry about
it. Just we're good. Because like, no one's complaining that he's hired, like, rehired. There's no like, oh my god, why did they rehire someone out of his tweets or whatever? And saying, kudos to him. Like, I'm like, he was probably definitely told, we gotta do we have to do this for publicity's sake. And then he's like,
don't worry about it though.
The only thing that probably like took him off guard was DC was like, hey, we'll give you X amount of money for because.
And now that they were like, okay, well, we're delaying Guardians because of this. We have to keep up this ruse. We'll delay Guardians because the thing that gets me that makes me really believe my thought, like thought that it was all an act.
Yeah.
They never talked about someone replacing him.
No, there was always rumors, but there was never like
rumors, but no one, like Kevin Feige didn't say, "Oh, we're meeting this director," or we're,
because there was
They just said, "Okay, we're delaying it."
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. And now they've also said, come on, and said like we've never talked to anyone else about taking, because everyone thought I don't want to say his name wrong, the director of Thor, right?
Taika Waititi?
Yeah, was rumored to replace him, and I guess he was like, no, I don't want. Like, I guess he said on Twitter or whatever, was like, why would I
do that to James Gunn or something? Like,
and like, because I guess there was like spots of like people spotted him at Marvel Studios and whatnot, or Disney and whatnot. And I'm just probably more or less thinking about it now. He's probably there for the Mandalorian stuff, right? Then there was like Adam McKay, I guess he said he talked to Marvel about directing movies, never actually pointed out, oh yeah, they came up to me about Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and whatnot. And so, because the rumors, because even like the Russo brothers were rumored to take over. Like,
yeah, it's so strange because, we've had other directors take over.
Like Peyton Reed took over Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright, but even like movies that, so the first Captain America, Joe Johnston.
Yeah.
And then it was, the Russo brothers took over, and that, like, obviously radically different. Like the Winter Soldier from the first Avenger, radically different, but for the better, I would say. I like the first Avenger just fine. But obviously, they made the right choice in going with a different director. But I think that was always their plan anyway. Like, I don't think they were planning on getting it. And then you look at the Thor movies, every single movie, different director.
And way different style.
And I'm fine with that. But like the thought of seeing a Guardians movie not directed by James Gunn, just I didn't really want to see it. And that's so strange to me when you think about it, because Iron Man 1 and 2, Jon Favreau, Iron Man 3, Shane Black.
And then, like, in that aspect, it was like Jon Favreau first two, and then, like, I guess it was a little falling out with that one because he wanted to do the Avengers, and they went with Josh Whedon instead and whatnot. But, like, Iron Man 1 and 2, I feel, is more or less better than Iron Man 3, so that was, yes, Iron Man 3 made all the money, but I think Iron Man 1 is obviously a superior movie than the three of them.
Definitely.
But, like, it's just, I'm with you there, where it's like, you got these different changes, which is great, because like, even outside of the MCU, let's go to Star Wars, where we had George Lucas direct 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Critically planned.
Yeah.
Every, 4, 5, 6 different directors for each one.
And it's so strange that, like, they can have, it doesn't necessarily affect the franchise, but the thought of seeing, and it's because we have the Guardians appearing in Infinity War and Endgame, and that works, but just the thought of, I think really,
because even in those, I'm pretty sure in most of their scenes, James Gunn had a hand in their scenes in Infinity War. Their introductory scene where they're all like humming along to a song there.
Yeah.
And like one of everyone's favorite scenes, the Invisible Drax part, like that was all James Gunn apparently. So I think it's more or less like not a lot of people knew about the Guardians of the Galaxy before the movie came out,
and it's just like his stamp on it. Like so, well.
And it was so different. Yeah, like, they're all different in their own ways, but like it's like it's just so
like my thought is, if they do another Captain America movie, I would want the Russo brothers to do it.
Yeah.
But I can see another director, I don't think it would necessarily affect the overall.
Like if you like they go Captain America 4 was directed by X person, you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But like James, James Gunn has this weird power over.
Yeah, it's so strange. It's so strange. I think that
just the vibe the movies have. You're not gonna get that when.
Like if they do a Thor 4, I would love Taika Waititi to do that.
Yeah.
But if they get I know it is gonna happen. Doctor Strange 2 is going to be directed by Scott Derrickson.
Yeah.
But I don't think it necessarily needs
to
be.
They could have got
they could have got someone else. And to me, it doesn't have I've never seen any other movie by Scott Derrickson.
I've seen Sinister.
Sinister?
Yeah. it was good.
Yeah.
But
do you think, like, you know, he...
Because, like, when going into Doctor Strange 1, everyone was like, oh, is there going to be, like, horror elements in Doctor
Not
Strange?
really.
There wasn't really. Like,
no.
Like, his stamp right now at the time was horror movie.
Yeah.
And then, like, there was nothing.
Yeah. So, like, you know, if Doctor Strange 2 was directed by someone other than Scott Derrickson, I wouldn't care.
No.
Really. You know, I'd still go see it. Sure, you know, it might be Thor the Dark World, but I mean, you know, I think they're really at a point now where they're not, you know, they are kind of keeping with the same directors.
Yeah, because James Gunn issued that and huge, everyone loves that, and James Gunn and Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
He's clearly going to be a future Marvel associate for a while.
Yeah, I would say.
And so, and obviously the Russo brothers, because like these three people, like out of the three, before they started their movies, James Gunn's probably the most famous one of the three, just because he did movies basically before, like, and like he had Slither and whatnot, and
Super.
Yeah.
And going back to like
who would have thought that MCU would have gone to community directors?
Yeah.
And be like, here's a huge project for you guys, and they do it so well. They're like, here's like, you're now the future.
Here's the tentpole franchise.
Yeah.
Here's, you know, the end game.
Yeah.
You know,
so.
Yeah, I think, especially like, you know, kind of going back to James Gunn too, is like he and Joss Whedon go way back.
Yeah.
Right? So, you know, and like when he...
And there was a lot of concern when James Gunn left, because the rumor or the story was that he was gonna, because this MCU was gonna go more cosmic, for lack of a better term, or whatever. And I guess he was supposed to like
kind of spearhead that.
Be like, I'm gonna overlook all these cosmic projects.
Yeah.
And then you took him away, and then you have to throw in someone who's not familiar with the Guardians or what he means. That you gotta like choose whoever.
Yeah, it's a very strange thought. Like, I don't know why I just couldn't picture a Guardians movie without James Gunn, you know, at the helm. It's a very strange thought because, you know, we've had, like I said, directors take over franchises.
So like, I was just gonna throw another director at you and see if you were like, if he didn't do the second one or the third one, would you care? If Christopher Nolan was announced he wasn't doing The Dark Knight Rises, would you be like, no, I want to see him finish his?
Yeah. I would care.
Yeah.
Like
which is even more impressive for James Gunn if he's like had that same effect that like Chris Nolan has.
Isn't that insane? Like that really just kind of dawned on me now. Like I think a lot of it is how he writes the script too, and how, like, you know, the thought when it was first announced that he was fired, you know, I was even talking to Jenna, I was like, you know, the soundtracks to both of those movies are amazing.
He puts so much work into like what song gets played.
Yeah, he writes all those songs into the script, and like I even was talking to her about that, and I was like, they're just gonna tack in all these songs.
There's gonna be
like, it's gonna be Suicide Squad. Yeah. That's what it's gonna be. And it's so funny because now he's also directing the Suicide Squad.
So we'll get into that a little bit. Like, you know, so he gets fired. He takes a DC project. Yeah. And
so if this wasn't a ploy all along,
why did he take the DC job?
Yeah.
Or was it just maybe it was just an opportunity he wanted to have, and because there was talks like there was rumors that he was offered a whole whack of DC projects and he picked the Suicide Squad. So
well, when you look at Suicide Squad, you know, I think it was the second trailer was just a complete ripoff of a Guardians trailer, right? So like, I think I could see them. Maybe they offered him things, but they're like, please take Suicide Squad.
No doubt.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting if it was a ploy all along.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it was just like James Gunn was like, hey, I really want to do this for all we know, and like, you know, I gotta do something in between movies here. Like, I just can't do.
Yeah.
Because like even at the time, it was like, how long do they wait until they announce he's rehired? Like at the time, like do we wait a year, 2 years? Like, how long do we wait? And like, does James Gunn want to sit there and twiddle his thumbs until he's finally like allowed to say, "Oh, I'm doing Guardians 3 again"?
Mm-hmm.
So, just interesting because we never see like James Gunn's now like the first big name to do both universes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it would be interesting because like even Dave Bautista was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be in Suicide Squad or whatever." Like, he's doing it. I'm in it.
Following him, yeah, would go
So
wherever he goes, kind of thing. Yeah, it's
so it's just interesting how he's like that is like thrown in somehow, and like he gets to do both. Like he told Disney like, you know, I'm doing the Suicide Squad first, then I'll start on Guardians 3.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now, yeah, and here's another thing too, because like the Suicide Squad by James Gunn, that's gonna be like a good movie, obviously.
Yeah.
Is he gonna do a Guardians 4 and a
Suicide Squad 2?
Yeah, like is he gonna have like?
No, like if it's Disney, they're probably like, no, we want you back on 3. Like they could have been like, we're doing you a solid right now, because they could be like, oh hey, goodbye.
I think Disney will kind of snatch him up, and then DC will be in that boat of like, crap, now we need to get another director. We need to like, because
who's the next big name that's not working for Disney right now? Hey, Russo brothers.
Not gonna happen.
No. I'm very interested to see what happens to the Russo brothers after Endgame, because they really got nothing. Like they announced that they're done with, like, not done, but like Endgame's like their last project for Marvel for quite a while anyway. Obviously it's a well-deserved break. They probably put the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Or not 10 years, but like, so yeah, like Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Civil War.
Yeah.
Infinity War. Endgame.
Uh-huh.
That's a lot of like.
That's huge money they made.
Huge money, but it's like they're probably like burnt to a crisp right now mentally.
Yeah.
Because I think they also announced that they regret shooting both movies back to back because there's just no time to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Do something like, if they're sticking with Disney, get them to fix fucking Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, like put them.
I want to see what they would do originally.
Oh sure.
I want to see an original Russo brothers property.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just I don't care what it is, just show us what you got that isn't a comic book, a previous ever.
If they ever get around to actually making an Arrested Development movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they directed a lot of episodes
of
Arrested Development.
I didn't know that. I knew that.
Or the fucking Community movie. 6 seasons of the movie, get them. Yeah, like that's kind of. The freaking show that got them the job for the Winter Soldier. So yeah,
I remember laughing when they got the job. Like, really, that's who they?
Yeah.
Because I think there were some big names at the time. When Winter Soldier was kind of like, who's going to direct them? They're like, oh, we went with these guys who did episodes of Community.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Then
they did a lot of early episodes of Arrested Development. Too, some of the best ones.
Winter Soldier comes out, and at the time we're like, yeah, that's probably the best MCU movie right now.
Yeah. It stands up.
Yeah, hands down, man. I watched it the other day.
Yeah,
it's great because like they definitely have like the top 3 MCU with Civil War, Winter Soldier, and War.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm with you there. See them do something original. It'd be. I think they could do like a horror movie. I'd really like to see that.
They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, they really can. Yeah, definitely. But if they go back, I would love to see that Community movie. Get them to do that because they've been.
I never watched Community. No. That was more Justin's.
Okay. Yeah, there's a running gag. The show 6 seasons in a movie.
Okay.
And they've done 6 seasons, and they're not coming back for another 7 seasons. So I think. Because
I know like these movies have Community cast members pop up. Was there one in Infinity War?
Yeah, there was. I can't think of who though.
Because I know in Winter Soldier it was like one of the then the college
Jim
professor.
Nash,
was
the
in
dean.
Civil War, but anyway. I'm pretty sure they announced.
Yeah, there's
someone who's
but
gonna be in it.
I forget. Well, I know Tobias Funke from Arrested Development is in Infinity War.
Oh,
Yeah, he as because he's all blue.
oh, yes, because the
He's-
Easter egg for
yeah.
Infinity War for Arrested Development was the blue guy. That
Yeah,
was in,
and because they directed
Yeah.
a lot of those early episodes of
okay.
Arrested Development. So yeah, there might not have been anyone from Community, but there was like it wasn't actually David Cross, but
Yeah.
it was someone made to look like his character from Arrested Development.
So, any final thoughts on James Gunn being rehired?
Yeah, it might not have been the whole ploy, but
It
I
sure as
smell
hell
something.
feels like it.
it really does feel like it. Just
So.
let's make these people.
But they
happy.
did it like they did the right, like the way they did it. Like was if they're gonna
Mhm.
rehire, that's I can't think of a more perfect way to do it.
Mhm.
You know, it's fire you, it's say our apologies, have a couple movies come out, so you're not really the name like
Yeah.
news anymore.
Mhm.
Why do it during Comic Con? I don't know, because that's when they fired him was during
Oh yeah.
Comic
Yeah.
Con.
It
So.
seems strange, and then it goes back to like a lot of people are really upset about like Roseanne,
Mhm.
right? How she was fired over things that she said, and like they kept on trucking without her, right?
Yeah,
And then it comes back to this where it's like, well, it's stuff he said too, but like when it comes down to it, all these horrible jokes that James Gunn made, he doesn't stand by it. Roseanne stands by a lot of the stuff
Yeah,
she said.
yeah.
Like that's just the way she thinks and the way she really feels. But he said all these
things.
horrible jokes.
He apologized for it.
He apologized for it.
Then I think.
And then when it came back to
Yeah.
light, and then he's just like,
Like even Kevin
He was-
Hart went through the same thing with he was gonna be the host of the Oscars where everyone oh, this dude's doing something big, let's dig up something from his past, and he admitted that he apologized for it then, he doesn't, and like he didn't want to apologize for it now because he already did and whatnot.
Yeah.
So then he just like, I'm not gonna do the
And
Oscars
it's-
anymore. So
yeah, it's
well,
so strange. Yeah, like that. Yeah, people. I don't know.
and I don't think she even apologized for what she said. I think she just said it was the Ambien that she was on.
Yeah, like the really half
Ass.
baked, like apology. So like, and yeah, the intentions. I think you gotta look at the intentions. Like James Gunn, you even said like, "Hey, I just said these things back then to get a reaction out of people. Like it was stupid, and he doesn't believe that stuff.
No.
So like, he's not actually a pedophile.
He
He's
knew
not a
he
rapist.
knows the
He's
stuff.
not-
He knew it wasn't funny. He knew it was just all shock value.
Yeah,
He, so kudos to him. Kudos to Marvel
See.
for, giving him second chance, whatnot. Like
Mhm.
we can finally move on. Hopefully, this is a good step towards not holding people's past via tweets
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, it'd be nice if things start to turn around. It's like I said, it ultimately comes down to like the way people actually feel because Roseanne, even if she tries to like apologize and stuff like that, you still see it and that she. There are things that
Yeah.
she said that are that's really
And,
terrible,
like,
and she never apologized for.
And she didn't have a whole lot of people come out and be like, "This isn't like everyone James Gunn got fired." Everyone was like, "This isn't James Gunn now." Like we had everyone lives in Guardians of the Galaxy had a huge letter and they all signed it,
Yeah,
standing by him, like
yeah,
saying they don't believe like what he said was right.
yeah.
Just this James Gunn.
That's not who he is.
Yeah.
Like, he's
So.
different.
So
So good news.
good for him. Good for the future of the MCU, especially if he's still gonna spearhead like the cosmic side of things.
Yeah.
And that is it for movie news. That's all I got. It was good times.
Mhm.